every day.
The U18 Football Canada Cup is July 9th to the 15th. The tournament will showcase the best U18 players in the country, and for the first time in nearly a decade, Manitoba hosts the tournament and has home field advantage.
Back when I played in U16, just knowing all the fans were behind you, it's just a good atmosphere, and it's good to know, and it's awesome to play for your province.
I'm looking forward to having these kids play in front of their parents and their friends, and that being a motivating factor for them to play just a little bit harder. I know they're going to play hard for me, but I think any kid, any person that's have played football at any level know that your mom and dad and your girlfriend and your neighbors is in the stand, and you want to be able to play a good game. So when you walk down the street, they'll be like, "Hey, I was at that game and I saw you do that." So yes, it's a huge motivating factor for me and these players.
This is the biggest event, biggest recruiting, biggest identification, biggest scouting. Keep listening in our nation over a 365-day period. This is it. This is that critical and that important. And I'm talking about from the university's points of view. And I'm speaking for all my colleagues and the 27 teams across the country. And there'll be a ton of CIS coaches. It'll be like a shark attack.
Team Manitoba features 13 players from St. Paul's High School, 11 from Vincent Massey Collegiate, as well as several others from Sturgeon Heights, Murdoch McKay, and Portage Collegiate. The process of selecting versus eliminating players from the roster sure was tough for Coach Burrell.
Narrowing it down was a very difficult thing to do because you have to have an idea of what type of kids you want in your system, speed, size, where are they at, the form of their techniques, who's a little bit ahead of the others so you don't have to coach as hard. There's a lot of talent in Manitoba, and these kids come out and they work very hard, and it's not an easy thing. I mean, I have 40 kids right now that we chose, but there's probably 10 we could have kept.
Yeah, it's a pretty big thing. I mean, we went from obviously 100 and something players down to a 40-man roster, so it's a pretty big deal that I've been able to prove to these coaches that I should be on that 40-man roster.
For Shaw TV Sports, I'm Mike Valente.